This was sent to me by Caressa McKnight, and of course, if you don't know who this is, and you live in the black community, you must be living under a rock. But this is none other than R&B singer, producer, writer, whatever you want, all of that, Tank. And I don't think I've ever talked about Tank on my channel before until today. And when I saw this right here, I said, why is Tank sounding like one of these new Negroes when he's definitely not new, but he's definitely having the mindset of one? So he just recently went on to the podcast that is hosted by Angela Yee and some other women, I guess, who are her co-hosts. And they were given a discussion where they were talking about lying or liars. And then Angela Yee had framed something towards him, and he gave one of those new Negro answers. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to read this entire article, and when I get to it, you're going to realize what I'm talking about. It says, Tank is letting it all hang out. The R&B veteran sat down with the ladies of Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast for his 216th episode on Monday, October 21st, as he's making the promotional rounds for his latest studio offering, Elevation. Angela, joined by co-host Stephanie Santiago, Gigi McGuire, and L'Oreal, got the conversation flowing after she brought it up and how she and some friends were recently discussing the myriad of excuses men will come up with when they know they are in the wrong. She asked Tank what are some of his personal favorite lies he's heard from his fellow menfolk were. As the proverbial baton went around the room, L'Oreal chimed in with a story about one of her exes who she said was a terrible liar. But according to Tank, her ex didn't quite meet his qualifications for being dubbed such a name. He's not a liar, he just lied twice, Tank elaborated, to which Angela asked, wouldn't that make you a liar for knowing, lying? So let's say a guy sucked a dick one time. Angela countered, prompting Tank to utter Jesus Christ as he nearly choked on his cup of water. Let's say twice, Angela amended. Now, it's interesting that when they're talking about lying, that Angela Yee would bring up something that would question a man's sexuality, and let's just put it this way, most likely a black man's sexuality. That's why I cannot stand or trust women like Angela Yee. Like that was her go-to example. She could have said anything else, but that was her go-to. Putting a man in a position where he would be, quote unquote, I guess you could say, curious, or let's just plainly put it out there that he could have probably been living on the down low. She says, does that make him gay? The ladies wondered. Tank asserted that doesn't necessarily make a man gay. This is the new Negro answer he gave. Although he did admit twice is excessive, he convinced the jury of 3 to hear him out first. He sucked the dick once, right? Then he's like, I'm not sure if I liked it or not. Let me try it again. And then he says, you know what? It's not for me. Don't like the taste. See what I'm saying? Tank explained. Tank, you're speaking as if you have experienced this before. But the fact of the matter is, if a guy has done something like that, he has basically engaged in a homosexual act. Just like if a woman was to go around eating another woman's coochie, she has engaged in a lesbian act. There's really no way that you can flip it. But see, this is that new Negroism going on where they're trying to redefine everything. After all, they're trying to redefine masculinity while they can still keep toxic femininity intact. After all, toxic femininity is not real to some or to most. She said, he continued, it doesn't mean he's gay. It means he sucked dick twice. The art of being gay is being gay. It's a continuous state of being. So if you lie 10 times, then you're not a liar, Angela preferred. Well, 10 times you're damn near a pro, Tank conceded. This all went down before the interview even crossed the 5-minute mark. I'm not listening to that. But if a guy does that with another guy and he's intimate like that, that means he is homosexual. See, this is what I call new Negroism. Explanations going on here. Like, my goodness, it is what it is. Stop trying to define or redefine it as something else. Just like when Pharrell was on that cover looking like Belle from Beauty and the Beast with that North Face jacket dress on, and this saying the new masculinity issue. See, they keep trying to redefine anything that makes a man a man. to fit a certain narrative or agenda. But it doesn't surprise me that Angela Yee even framed that as an example to begin with, considering she probably enjoys something like that. It's people like her that, and Charlemagne, and hell, even DJ Envy, that whole Breakfast Club crew, which is why I have not listened to them in years. I used to be an avid Breakfast Club listener back in the day. I used to have the iHeartRadio app, and I used to make sure to be up by 6 a.m. every day to listen from 6 to 10. Not anymore. And it's been years since I've listened to them. But Tank, when a guy does that with another guy, that means he is gay. I don't care if it was one time. It is what it is. I don't know why they keep trying to redefine this as something completely different than what it is. And like I said, the way that Tank was trying to say that it doesn't mean that he is, it almost make it seem like, Tank, did you do that to somebody else, or did somebody do that to you? Because guess what? If you had someone do that to you, that still makes you a little limp wrist. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.